What's going on YouTube? Straws back with another Battle World video for you all. And today we're going to be going over the ins and outs of difficulty 3. But first I want to bring up some very important things here. The leaderboard ended up starting on week 2. In a previous blog post they said that the first week was not going to count, but then the next 3 weeks would be on the leaderboard for their first strike. And then the official first 4-week period will begin in around December. Currently in the leaderboard, there are Emma Frost diamonds up for grabs, Emma Frost X-Men diamonds up for grabs, some level 5 ions, some level 4 ions, some purple ions, and some basic T3 ISO orb fragments. All of these diamonds go all the way down to the 1000 mark. So be sure to coordinate with your alliance, set your difficulty to difficulty 3 if you guys haven't already. Hopefully you guys did that before the time of making this video, because you definitely want to be in difficulty 3 now so you can acquire more VP to be able to move up to the next difficulty, because for difficulty 4 you're going to have to obtain 2.5 million VP on difficulty 3 to unlock difficulty 4. And then next week we'll begin difficulty 4. And on that next week, you're going to have to obtain 6.5 million VP on difficulty 4 to unlock difficulty 5. And then on that third week, that's going to be the third week of Battle World that we're going to be ending the leaderboard with. It's going to be difficulty 5, and you're going to want to be able to be on your P's and Q's to get those Emma Frost diamonds, that is for sure. I noticed with the Battle World store, they did give us a lot of currency for the end of it all. I was actually really happy to see that. But just remember, you guys are gonna... this leaderboard is very important. I keep seeing a lot of people say, oh, I'm just gonna auto through everything, or it's boring and I just want to auto through everything. Okay, but remember, this is an alliance event for diamonds. Let me be very clear, this is for diamonds. Let's go ahead and get into some more Battle World information for Siege Day 1 difficulty 3. Welcome back, everybody. I wanted to be very clear about some things that we noticed earlier before this whole thing began. These Spec Ops missions ended up getting 12 slots. Now, if all of your alliance mates were able to get 12 slots, that leaves 48 extra positions to be able to be used in Battle World. I think this was more so to be a buffer, just in case, like, say one person is out of town or one person can't log into their game. Any kind of inconvenience that may happen, your alliance now has 48 spots extra from the 10 to be able to cover an entire Spec Ops throughout everybody donating. Now, that's going to take some alliance coordination, but always be sure to donate your regular 10 that you have been donating and save the extra 2 slots just in case you don't finish out all of the Spec Ops missions. Because remember, there is an event going on right now for the Spec Ops. Very, very, very important that you guys get that done, as well as this elite mission here. It is actually, if you guys finish out all of the waves, you will be receiving the Emma Frost X-Men passive awakened ability material. Now, for not necessarily sure on the math of this, but if you're going to be getting 6 per siege, then you're going to be getting 30 throughout the 5-day period, essentially. Not necessarily sure if this is still going to be in the next weeks for difficulty 4, but we'll have to see on that one. Of course, you can see the participation here and how much you'll be getting. If you full clear it, you'll be getting 6 for a total of 5 siege days. That'll be 30, so you'll be getting 30 per day. So you're gonna have to do like 6-7 weeks of this. I just don't know if this is going to increase on the difficulty increase. That is still undetermined. That we just don't have any information on. I also wanted to reiterate that there is a visual bug currently with these. Like, sure, this is difficulty 3 and you see the characters here that are G14. If you load in, say, I'm just gonna load in with whatever, right? I want to show you guys something very, very, very important that a lot of people may see this as not a big deal, but once you reach difficulty 4 and difficulty 5, you can be fooled by what's right in front of you now. If we go into this node here and complete it, per se, you're going to notice that these characters are in teal gear. If you go over here to view teams, they are not the gear 14 characters that you saw. Do not get fooled by that, because that can be a deciding factor in some early game alliances that are just going to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just going to go in and auto it. That's definitely not what you want to do. Now we're going to test out to see if loading in and quitting out actually eats up an attack. This is going to be very important just in case you can't get it done on that first timer. You should be able to back out and you should still have all of your attacks available, as we do. So let's go ahead and start our actual missions for Battleworld Difficulty 3. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be doing our Spider-Verse first because we want to be able to get rid of all of that. We didn't necessarily have to use all of our Spider Society in the Spec Ops because we still have City left over, right? So let's go ahead and do Spider Society with Spider Weaver. Why not? I've been really excited to see what these new difficulties are going to bring. Of course, difficulty 3 is still only teal gear characters. It's not going to be anything necessarily challenging for our roster and our alliance because we're all level 100. We have G19 characters out the wazoo. So, you know, this is definitely going to translate different when it comes to other level alliances. You know, some people are saying, oh, well, you know, it still feels boring. It still feels like auto. You have to pace yourself because this is just the early stages of this, right? I really like that they started this off with this level of difficulty because it gives them more insight on how to work around everything within the interim, right? So we're giving them all of this data just to be able to continue making this game mode great, to be able to give feedback. And because remember, this isn't going to be just one Battleworld season and then poof. They're going to continue this. Sort of like how when Crucible first started. When Crucible first started, it was sort of like this, you know, we were going through all of the kinks and figuring out what works and what doesn't work, right? You gotta be able to give early stages of development for this kind of stuff a chance to be able to really grasp what the finer things, to be able to grasp what this game mode can become in later seasons. All right, moving on to the next wave. I'm pretty excited. I honestly am pretty excited for what's to come. And I'm more so excited to see how those null battles are going to be on Siege Day 6. All right, let's move on to City. Can't use any Pegasus or Astral or Cosmic. So let's see here. Guess we can use our Night Stalkers. We can use our Superior 6. And I believe I donated my Green Goblin, so I won't be able to use him. Let's see here. Let's move you here. Let's get you adjacent there. And let's get this show on the road. Yeah. All right. you definitely don't want to make any mistakes. You definitely want to make sure that the Spec Ops characters that you are sending out are the correct ones. And remember, if your alliance can't get through certain missions, or say that the Spec Ops needs a little bit more characters, you can always go into these nodes, try out if you can beat it, and if not, then you can work around with your alliance to see if you can use those characters. Because on Siege Day 2, you guys are going to notice that the mercenary one is going to be a little interesting, because it asks for mercenaries, and there's not necessarily a lot of mercenaries in the game that are worthwhile. Really, it's just mercs for money and then just the nothing burger of characters. So you literally have to work around people either having Dawkin or either having Old Man Logan, because they still get the bonuses within the rounds. All right, that's another wave down. Let's clear this entire wave. Oh wow, he actually survived that. See, this is what I mean by they're starting to have a little bit more health pool. They're starting to have a little bit more oomph. Like in the later stages, it's definitely gonna feel like they're gonna have way too much health. I think it's gonna catch people off guard when they end up hitting auto and all of a sudden their teams disappear. That's what people are gonna have to be very careful for, because we are in a leaderboard aspect now. Everything matters. Do not auto on difficulty 5. Let me tell you, do not do that. Let's go ahead and start our Annihilators mission, I guess. So we don't need, I guess we can use Odin and all of this, right? Because we didn't donate it, we didn't have to do anything like that. Let's do endgame. Yeah. All right. This is not going to be a challenge at all. We're just going to go straight through it. But of course, that's to be expected on day 1 of Battleworld on the Siege difficulties. There is something that people are really wondering about. It's the... All right, let's check this guy's health real quick. So this Venom's health is 4.3 million. Not something a level 75 alliance is probably going to be able to get through. Very, very important information here. You got to be really careful with these health pools, because you can definitely notice a difference. All right, see you later, Venom. Thank you. Let's do a special here. All right. Yeah, he probably would have smoked a level 75 character right there. All right. Very nice. Adios. All right, let's move on to the Elite mission. Pretty excited for difficulty 5. I must say I'm very excited for difficulty 5 because I really want my roster to be tested. I really want to see a challenge. Like, I really want to see, I want to get my teeth kicked in. Like, I want to see a very hard challenge. Now, I was hearing that people were having a little bit of difficulty on this node simply because there are certain tags on in this one. It's gonna be a doozy on difficulty 5 when you reach the end. They're gonna be doing a lot of damage, so you definitely want to manage your cooldowns very early on here. It's basic, because the last wave is really where it all matters. That last wave can definitely kick your teeth in, and you will definitely feel it. Like, for stuff like that, you want to be able to just clear the entire wave, clear this entire wave, don't let them do anything. See how these Gwenums are starting to survive? Usually it was just, oh, snap your fingers and they're gone, right? Gotta be careful with that. All right, let's not go through those carnages and give all those screams, all those animations. Well, yeah, let's get rid of these guys. It can be very pesky if you let them live. It's so funny. Yeesh. Go away. Alright, let's ability block Red Goblin. Oh, he did not get that ability block. Must have been from that deflect. Let's go ahead and stun. But see how they're starting to eat a lot more hits? Usually they would have already been dead. You gotta be really careful, y'all. This is not a joke. Like right here, this red goblin needs to die. If this red goblin ends up ulting you, y'all are in trouble. You definitely do not want him to go anywhere near you. Just like that. You saw how they took a beating right there? This is just difficulty 3. Wait for difficulty 4 and 5 to show its ugly face, and you guys are gonna understand what I'm talking about. But if you can't clear it with Pegasus, just back out, try it again. Take deep breaths, because it's gonna get a little frustrating without Astral. But I promise you, if you back out, try it again, and keep trying and trying and trying, you guys will be able to get through it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Battleworld Difficulty 3. And I hope this video helped you and your alliance achieve the maximum points for Difficulty 3 in the leaderboard. Remember, the leaderboard is giving out Emma Frost X-Men Diamonds, so you guys want to be sure you guys cash in on that. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.